All right, all right. Wait, where's my? Oh, I'm missing my hat. Oh. Anyways, good day, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I see a lot of alohas here. This is phenomenal. My name is Federico Hernandez from Savvy.co. I'm super excited to be here and introduce today our new channel, which is Let's Get Tropical with Georgi and Jupiter. Before I talk about and we go through start talking with our host, let me really quickly remind you, for those who are new or for those who are in Facebook, please join us on savvy.co. We do have a chat box in this platform where you can put questions. A lot of people have already started writing. Let us know, let Georgi, Jupiter know where you're visiting from, where you are, which parts of the next of the wood you guys are right now. We ask you to please share the event. We want to make this event to go viral. Today's agenda, really quickly, we're going to talk about 30-40 minutes about main presentation, and then we're going to go to our Romo clock, but it actually should be called Tiki clock. The Tiki clock Q&A. All right, let me quickly bring no presentation without having the two hosts saying hello. All right, so first of all, Jupiter Jones, you want to say hello to everybody really quickly?
Hi, everybody.
And then we also have Georgi here.
Aloha, everyone. Cheers.
All right, I'm going to bring this. Actually, we're going to be talking about two topics right now, a couple of topics. But first of all, let's talk about Jupiter Jones. And then, Georgi, I'm going to toggle you and I'm going to toggle myself 1 second. And then that way we can have Jupiter Jones' screen pop out bigger together with the slides.
Okay.
And here we go.
Aloha.
All right.
Hi.
All right.
It's me. It's lots of me.
Lots of you. Different versions of you.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of like the hard thing of my hair constantly changing, is that you never know like which one it is. And it's been this way for years. So this is actually the most I've seen my natural hair color in probably like 7 or 8 years. Quarantine has not been kind.
What's your color on your passport? What's your hair color in your passport?
Actually, it's blonde. Yeah, because I got my passport years ago. And so it's funny though, because like the picture, when you do passports, they tell you not to smile. And so like my passport just looks like a mob boss. Like I'm just like, it's really funny.
Jupiter, first of all, thank you for joining us, starting this channel together with Georgi. I would like to let the audience know, for us to know more about you, and if you can just give us basically a high-level idea who you are,
and like what I do.
And what you do.
Absolutely. So hi, everybody. My name is Jupiter Jones. I am an event producer as well as marketing, experiential marketing, everything like that. It's kind of funny because people, I don't think, realize what I do. I just happen to be everywhere, which is kind of the joke. But I actually run my own experiential marketing and event production company, of where I basically work with connecting brands. Like I'm in the title, you'll see that it's called community liaison. So basically I work in between brands as well as venues, and I bring everybody together, and then I bring the people. And so what I do kind of is specialized to go in and create experiences so that people are able to have a once in a lifetime engagement, as well as building customer loyalty and brand recognition. And so I do everything from like tiki brunches to, or even just, I have a program called Boozy Brunch, which is basically bringing in liquor companies to talk about their product, as well as supporting local restaurants. I specialize in working with smaller businesses. Actually, if we can move to the next slide, I can talk about what I do in a little bit more detail. My company has 3 pillars: education, community, and sustainability. And so the education aspect is basically for brands as well as local businesses to be able to show who they are to the community, as well as provide an atmosphere that people feel safe and enjoy what they're doing. And so I do my best to kind of work with brands that have a good, reputable history within sustainability, as well as are known for being a driving force within communities. So I started basically, how I got into it was I've always been a much of a social butterfly. And so I kind of was brought in. Is it still here? What's going on? I kind of started just going to different events and enjoying everything. And then people started to ask me where everything was. And then it kind of ended up being with brands and companies and venues asking, well, can I host this? And so that's kind of how I got started within what I do now. The tiki aspect kind of came from, I've been in tiki since I was a kid. I was, in love with shag as an artist and the culture as well. And my parents are actually older. So they were part of the original tiki back in the 60s and 70s. Or the 50s and 60s, excuse me. So I grew up around it and grew up around that mid-century modern aspect and everything like that. So when I decided to go on the road and work with different companies, tiki was so close to my heart that I wanted to make sure that it was appropriately represented across all boards. And so I kind of made it a lifelong mission to kind of go in and be able to support that community, as well as small business in America. I come from a background in marketing, as well as actually I come from a background in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And so when I was working with the state parks, sustainability was a really big, and I'm located in Florida, for those who didn't know. So sustainability is a big deal here, as well as, globally. But it's seen pretty often within the communities here. And so when I started working with my business model, I wanted to ensure that I did work with companies that have a background in sustainability and that understand the really the depth that it takes to kind of get into that. So, and then I think we can switch to the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just a sampling of the events that I've done in the past year. When I started putting all my slides together, I realized I was like, oh, I can't fit everything. So this is just a very small amount of what I've done. I work as you'll see on here, I work very closely with the Mahiki located in Fort Lauderdale. They are absolutely like my family, and I've worked with them for several years. Until, of course, the pandemic, I've had a running monthly event that's been going on for almost 2 years, which is basically, it's a forum aspect that I bring in small businesses into the Mahiki and allow them a space to kind of talk about what they do within the retro community and what they do locally and everything like that. But I've worked with, Diplomatico down to Chairman's. I was one of the hosts for Chairman's Reserve Mai Tai Challenge in Mahiki for the semifinals. I do room parties. I kind of do everything. So it just kind of depends on whatever the brand is wanting to do. I also have a contract with one of the dispensaries out in Vegas, and so I work with everybody as long as they have a reputable history and they're kind of are looking to be able to promote themselves or looking for a different avenue. That's what I do. So yeah, it's pretty condensed in a nutshell. So
that's super helpful. And let's talk about Georgie here. Thank you, Jupiter, for that intro. I appreciate it a lot. Georgie, how are you? How are you right now in UK?
I am very good, my friend. First of all, I want to apologize. I wanted to do that in my garden. I've got a beautiful garden with tikis around, but unfortunately, it's quite cold in here at the moment. So hopefully, as we are going towards summer, I'll be able to do it from the garden. We have more fun in there, make some drinks.
Yeah, Georgie said he was going to do this out of the garden, and then we're like, Georgie, I don't see the mist, I don't see the palm trees. Or,
Yeah, it'll
Georgie,
happen.
I'm gonna share the slides, and I want you to share with the public a little bit about yourself, so we can know more about you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. First of all, I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone, and cheers. I just made myself here a Mexican zombie with some mezcal and tequila, so it's not only rum o'clock. You see, it's there are other tropical spirits out there as well. My name is Georgi, and I've been into tiki and tropical cocktails for the last 15 years. So this is pictures from where my tiki life started from, Mahiki. That was a great time, about over 10 years of my life, which changed my life a little bit. A lot of fun, but I wouldn't give it up for anything. It was the best time ever. So on the right, you can see Mahiki. You can see all the cocktails that are created in there for Mahiki, all the different vessels. So that played a big part. And in the middle, you can see me in the middle of two tiki legends enjoying in Laki Kane. On the left, sorry, in Mahiki, not Laki Kane. And on the left, you can see we had a lot of fun with different celebrities that are right there in Mahiki, because that was the place to go if you were a celebrity about 10, 15 years ago. And my favorite one is on the left. Usain Bolt is giving me a layback with rum. And yeah, so much fun out there. So this is how it all started for me. In the beginning, it was about rum. I was working in a place called Floridita in London, which was, for me, that was 2006, I believe, that, or 2005. That was the best rum bar in London at that time. And then I joined Mahiki, and then I got into tiki, and then I started traveling around the world first, learning about tiki, going to different tiki events and rum events, and then actually starting to teach people about tiki, about tropical cocktails. And Fede, I just want to say thank you as well here for that opportunity that me and Jupiter, we will have a chance to keep doing what we do and what we love the most, to spread the word for tiki. So here you're seeing a pictures from my Spirit of Tiki festival that I did in London. It was the first and the only, actually, tiki festival. And you can see the vibe in there. And you can see, actually, in there, you see that big pineapple. That was the world record, the biggest pina colada. I think it was something like 1,000 liters or something like that. We made it with Don Q, with Alex Moseris and Coco. It was insane. We tried to finish it, but unfortunately we couldn't. It was a bit too much. You could have swim in there. And then after that, this is my book, Let's Get Tropical, as well, which is the title of this this channel, and we will explain about that a bit later on. And now we are seeing Laki Kane. So currently, I own this bar with my business partners, and this is what I wanted to achieve in life. I wanted to, like, all this Mahiki, Spirit of Tiki, traveling around, was leading towards this project to do something that I believe is kind of like bringing in a bit of modern tiki. So my goal was always, because I love tiki and I love tropical lifestyle, but I love all the tropical destinations and all that kind of happiness and the aloha spirit that you get from everywhere. And I wanted to bring more young people to it. Therefore, we open up Laki Kane, trying to bring lots of young people into tiki, and now hopefully with this channel we will try to educate people into tiki and continue to spread our love like a tiki priest out there, because we're in a lockdown. If you don't know, and the only way to do it is this. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's delicious. Sonky, by the way. I'll show you the recipe next time.
All right, I want to make sure that everybody's here pretty well, which is hopefully yes. I do have some questions. So you were saying, you were talking about your book, Let's Get Tropical, right? Mm-hmm. But then you all decided to call this channel Let's Get Tropical, which is a great idea, right? Because you're now promoting a whole concept and pushing it forward. And that's on that's my perspective. But what is the goal behind this, right? Why the idea of Let's Get Tropical?
Well, Let's Get Tropical, yes, it's my book, but it's not just that the reason, because for me, it kind of, first of all, it's quite funky. Let's get tropical, let's have fun. But on the same time, I didn't want to just stop it there as a tiki, because I wanted to bring it, we wanted to with Jupiter to kind of like showcase the Let's Get Tropical. So you can invite other cultures to it. It's not just about tiki, but in general, we wanted to teach people about tiki because as I said, me and Jupiter, we go to all different events and we kind of like spread the love for tiki. I see it all around. By the way, Jupiter, you look absolutely amazing as usual. That is one of the things that I love about this show, seeing you every Tuesday in a different outfit. And you look like you're sitting in my Laki Kane.
Are you really excited to see me on my different outfit too, Georgie, or no?
Only with your hat on, mate. Where did you leave your hat?
I don't know where I left my hat. I do have the Georgie Radev. I got your tiki mug back.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah, so the idea behind Let's Get Tropical is that me and Jupiter, we wanted to kind of like have this channel as eventually to be the channel to go to really find out and understand everything you want to know about tropical and about tiki, and not just from two people like me and Jupiter, but we wanted to be to showcase it through all the different expertise from people that know thing or two about tiki. Like if you want to know about music, if you want to know about culture, if you want to know about cocktails, you want to know about mugs, we will be having guests for all this, and then you can learn all this. And let's say in 3 months you think about, oh, I'm going to be opening a tiki bar and I want to know about mugs. You can go and find us and just go search the tiki mug seminar that we had, and you can find out more. You can find out more about tiki mugs and how to make it. But most of all is because we will get to know each other more. So you see people are texting here. I want more people to be getting into this chat and to get to know each other and to help each other and to learn more about tiki from the source. And I'm excited to learn myself because I will be learning through this curve as well from the world's experts of tiki. And later on, please ask me that question, Fede. I will reveal few of the guests that we'll have. I hope this helps.
I thought you were going to say you're going to reveal pictures of you in Speedo. I'm like, oh, no, Georgie, please. No.
That was next week. I thought we agreed on that.
I think that was just a repeat of Hukila last year.
Jupiter, what about you? What do you think about, so when you had the idea of starting on with this program, tell me about it. Like, well,
yeah, I was really excited. You know, Georgie and I have seen each other around quite often and kind of worked passingly together, but we've never had a project that we were able to kind of collaborate on, which it's funny because, you know, Georgie, when you and I were in Miami, we talked about trying to get something together and to start something for sure in London. So I was really excited for this opportunity to kind of be able to come on and definitely to agree with Georgie of like, you know, working with the Let's Get Tropical aspect of making sure that all of, because one of the complaints that I do hear a lot of times is that people think that tropical is only on the Polynesian side, or it's only on the South Sea side and everything like that. People don't realize that there are so many. Oh, he's back with the hat. He found his hat.
Hey, you can leave your hat on.
People, don't realize, especially when they're first getting into it, that, Tiki really is a conglomerate of many, we've got somebody from Key Largo, many aspects of different cultures that have been brought in, that have kind of like accumulated and have developed into this specific style that isn't necessarily just, Americana anymore. It used to be, Tiki started out as a very Americana thing and really kind of begged, borrowed, and stole from these other cultures. So making sure that all of these cultures really are represented in a proper fashion, and being able to talk about their history within the aesthetic and the community itself, and being able to as well build our Tiki community even further. Because one of the reasons, I think I got into it, and I think Georgie is probably the same as you, is that Tiki community has always been extremely accepting and very workable. And it's a friendly group of people. And so, we all love it for that reason. Everyone is very happy to see each other and operate with each other. And it's the same with Rum World as well. There's definitely Tiki fam and Rum fam. And so doing this show, I feel, was a great step in that direction of making sure that even when we're experiencing this pandemic and continuing forward, when we're finally allowed to go outside, being able to develop, I know, right? It's coming, it's soon. I know. Bring me the sunshine.